Hi everyone, my name is Arman Askari, and in this video I'm going to do another web scraping project which is going to be very basic methods, and it's amazing if you're just starting your career in data science or you just want to learn web scraping. Let's get into it. Alright, for this video I'm going to use the Jupyter notebook, and I have used it before too. You can just go open it either with Anaconda or through your terminal. And I have created a template for you all so you can do the project while watching this video with me. It divides in two different sections: the web scraping part, like the part that we're just going to extract the data from, and then we're going to use BeautifulSoup for this part, and then the other part is the Pandas part, which we're going to use Python Pandas to clean our data, make our data set neat, and then save it at the end as a CSV file. This template is available right now on the description, so go ahead and download if you want to, and then we can get going together. All right, cool. First thing we want to do, like always, just import our library. Beautiful. Actually, I want to do from BS4 import beautiful soup. And then we want to import request to make a request to our web page. Requests, and then I think I have a section for Python Pandas library. Yeah, I'm gonna add Python Pandas library here. So for now, let's just go with the BeautifulSoup request, and then we're gonna request the web content and save it as a BeautifulSoup object. So let's take a look at the website that we're going to web scrape right now. This is the major events that has happened in American history. It's a pretty basic HTML content here, and we are going to web scrape two different pages. One is this one, and the another one is this page. There you go, which is the more 21st century events that has happened. The other one was from, I think, 1974 or something. For the sake of this video, because it's a very intro video, I'm just going to copy paste these two different links as, and the other one. However, there are other ways that you can just do it in an automated way, so you don't need to hard copy the second URL. We can just basically ask the BeautifulSoup to do that for you. However, if you would like to learn how to do that, I highly recommend to check out my series that I create a database for to find the top 10 NBA players. In that one, I used a lot of more fancier and more advanced BeautifulSoup methods to do it. All right, so I got these URLs, and then I'm going to go for the link in URL, I want to do R, or let's create a list actually, and let's call this list HTML content. So I'm gonna just say HTML content dot append. And so what we're gonna do here, we are going to first make a request. So we're just gonna do request dot get. So from the library request, get the URL, and then we're gonna make this a soup object. Or let me just do this, make it cleaner. So R is going to be request.link. It will get the content, and then I'll make a soup object here. Soup is going to be R.content. And content basically gets the HTML content of this web page. Let's take it for a run. Perfect, everything worked. So the next step, it says use BeautifulSoup methods to extract the year and event. Okay, let's take a look at our data here. To get the HTML code, we just come here and press inspect. And then there's a little mousy thing here with like a little square. If you click that and you hover over any part of your web page, you can get the specific HTML code for that part. So for example, for here, well, we know there's a table, and then we know there are table rows, and then there's a table data, and the table data contains this information. And it's saved, and it's with the information is within a tag. All right. So there are two different ways for me to get the years. One is to get the year, extract the year from here, and then the other one is to extract the year from their own column. I think it will be more fun and maybe even easier. Actually, I'm not sure if it will be easier or harder, but to just extract this whole string right here and then use some regular expressions to just divide the year and separate the year and the string, the rest of the phrase, basically, the event itself. So what are we gonna do here? I'm just gonna do something like major event, and I want to make this as a list, and then I'm gonna loop. So for page and HTML content, remember we have two different pages. We are going to first find the history table, or just we can just say that a table, not a history table. Table equals to page, and then there's a function within BeautifulSoup called find. What find does, basically, it will find specific code within our whole HTML code. Remember, find only returns the first instinct of that code. So for example, there are like multiple table rows here. What find does, it only returns the first one. And then there's another function called find all, which returns basically all of the table rows, for example, as a list. So what I want to do though here, I just want to get the table, and there's only one table, so I'm just going to do page.find and then table. We can just put the name of the tag in a string right here. And the next thing I want to do, I want to extract all those information. So I would say something like events. I would say actually major events plus equal. So right now the major events list is empty. So basically I'm just going to keep adding to my major events list. And we're going to go make a string. And now how we're going to extract those information? So as you can see, there is this basically strings is within a tag. So I need to find, so I can say row.find a for row in table dot find all, and then I do here table rows. Let's just print this out and see what happens, okay? Okay, right here. All right, so as you can see, we got all these things, no error, which is beautiful. Okay, so what I want to do, I just want to get the string within this a tag. So I can just do dot string. Ooh. So here's what's happening. It says non-type object has no attribute string. That means there are some a tags that are none, and you can find it here. So now we gotta go figure out what is this none and why is it none and how can we create a condition that we were going to avoid it. So what I can do is I can just write something like if row dot find a dot string. So what it's saying is saying only do this loop and return the row find a if the row find a dot string is not none. There's something in there. So if we run this again and then I do this, we still got that error. What if we do this and we say we want to make sure that there's a table data because there might be an A tag that's not within our table data that this is none for. So I just want to say if row find there's a table data and row find.a, boom, perfect, it worked. Yeah, so what was happening, and that was just my assumption, that there is some A tag somewhere within our HTML code here that is not related to the table rows or the table data itself actually. So what I did, I created a condition. Basically here I'm creating a list. I'm just saying go within the page that you're in, go find all of the table rows, and if within those table rows there is a table data and then there is an A tag that has a string, then return that string. And this is what happened here. Perfect. I'm just gonna do it one more time and keep it clean. All right, so next thing we want to do, we want to use some regular expressions to turn the dash into an empty. Okay, so how are we going to do that? We just import first RE, the regular expression, and then we're just gonna call this events. I'm just going to say my list is going to be for, I'll just write this so I can see what I'm doing, for event in major events. So for each string, okay, so what is the thing that I want to do? I want to use re.sub, and then I want to see if you ever find a dash, replace it with nothing, and the thing is event. Okay, let's see what happens. Okay, it worked. Actually, it worked perfectly. Replace all the dashes with events. And then the second part of this section asks me to split the year and events using a regular expression again. So I'm just gonna say events is equals to, actually what I want to do, I want to create a space right here. So if there's any dash, create a space. What that does, it will make everything easier when I want to split them. Because now for most of these things, but this one, there is a space between the number and the string. So I'm just gonna say for events is equals to event dot split, and then I'm gonna say split by a space and only the first time. So the first space you find, you split them and then that's it. If you don't include the one right here, it would split your list for each space that it finds. And then we just do here for event in events. And then let's try to run this. And perfect. All right, so we have now this event. Now we come here, we're gonna create a data frame. And first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna import pandas as PD. Next thing we're gonna create a data frame, df equals to PD dot data frame, and then this is going to be events, and then my columns, it's going to be year and events. Okay, so if I display my data frame right now, we have the year and then we have the event right here. So what's next it wants me? It wants me to look at row 15 and fix the year and event Fix the year and event. Okay, and says event it needs to be equal to that, and then year needs to be equal to 1981. So for in Pandas, there's this one method that's called head that will show you the basically head as like a top part of the data set, and then you can give it like a number here. I'm just gonna say, for example, 20. So it would return the first 20 data points. And then here we have that row 15 that we need to fix right now. So how we're going to do that, we just do something like df dot lock dot, and first of all row 15 and dot year. So what am I saying? I'm saying from my data frame, log basically locates the row 15 and gets the year, and then I want that year to be equal to what? 1981. And then I want to locate this again, but this time the event, and I want it to be this guy. Assassination attempt on again. Okay. Let's run it, and then I'm gonna display the df again, or I'm gonna display actually here. So, oh, nothing happened. Df that. Oh, it is fixed here, but I don't know why. Oh, this is because it runs. This one is not fixed here because it runs it would define the data frame again. So I'll just do that. And then there you go. It worked. And then it says use a replace method to turn 1983 to 1983. So, wait, what? 983 to 1983. How are we going to do that? We're going to use df dot replace method, and we're going to do 983, and then we're gonna turn it to 1983. I just want to show you all first before I make that adjustment. And by the way, if you want to add another cell, just escape and then press A and add it above, and if you escape and press B, it will add below. Just file, I should say that. So let me just first locate that. Let's just say df dot head maybe 20. Let's see. Yes, in row 18. So if I do this and I look at my row 18, it is not solved. Oh, that's because I'm not assigning it to anything. There you go. Now it's fixed. The next thing I want to do is strip the event column. So I just access the event, and by the way, there are two different ways to access each column. One of them is by just dot method, just do df.event, or you can just put them in a bracket and just say events. And then I'm gonna say df.event. Once again, you can just keep changing them up. I just want to do that so your eyes get used to both ways. And then .str dot So for str basically allows us string method, and then we're gonna do strip. You run it, tag that strip, and group all the events in the same year. So I'm just gonna do df equals, ooh, what did I do? Df equals to df dot group by. So group all everything by year. So every, and then event. So group by year all the events. And then dot apply. And I want to do, when I do apply, I'm just gonna join them, dot join. Maybe we can add a space between them too. Dot, so I'm gonna join all of those basically events and group them in their own year. And then I wanna reset my index. And then if I show you all this df, there you go. Now we have everything grouped by year. Okay, next thing we want to do, we want to save this as a CSV. So we just say df2 underscore CSV. And then we're gonna name it. We're gonna call this, for example, major events and claimed. That's CSV. And then the next thing we want to do, we want to just do index equals false. So basically what it does, it will not save the index column within our data set in the CSV file. And then I do that. And if I want to read it, I just do df equals to pd dot read underscore CSV, and then this. And then we'll look at the df. There you go. Perfect. That's about it for this video. I hope you all learned some basic stuff about web scraping, how to make a request to a page, how to do a little bit of like a cleaning data, regular expression. We talked about different functions, methods within both BeautifulSoup and Pandas. I do want to mention that it's also great if you all like do this even multiple times. When I was trying to learn web scraping, I had to do something multiple times, like web scrape same website multiple times to just get used to like basics of functions, and or even just go do like web scraping Wikipedia, super fun, and at the same time could be very challenging. So there's a lot you can learn, because like sometimes, most of the times, Wikipedia the HTML code is not very specific, so you need to find creative ways to extract data. So I highly recommend you all go do that. And then if there's any specific website or web page that you want me to web scrape, please let me know. I may not be able to web scrape every single page, but and the reason behind that is, actually, let me just show you all now that we're here. So one of the most important thing before you web scrape anything is you just want to come here and do robots.txt. And then this shows you what you're allowed and not allowed to web scrape. So this web page, I'm gonna need this. And it says, when there's a star here, means like for all the user agents, they cannot do any of these things: elections, civil wars, revolts. Anything else, for example, is possible. Or like you can go check that out for Amazon and see what's their law is. But most of the websites, they allow you to web scrape, but you do need to make sure that you are not making the request many times, so you don't create a huge traffic to the website. And because if you do make a lot of requests to your website, they may block your user agent, and then you will not be able to web scrape. And I do have a video about how to not get blocked while web scraping too, so go check that out as well too. Thank you all for watching this video. Make sure to subscribe, like, press the like button, comment, and until next time, yes I am.